Opinions on the Discovery class rumors. I mean, basically, it's not even so much. Forget my opinion; it's almost meaningless. Royal Caribbean CEO Michael Bailey talked about smaller ships today, and we have everything he said. Not a lot of it, but everything he said over at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com on our homepage right there, and Martin. So, reading between the lines, if you read that article already, my thought is, and for what you get, hold on a second, time out. You have no idea what I or N. Martin is talking about. There's been a rumor for years now that Royal Caribbean is working on a new class of ships called either the Discovery class or Project Discovery or Discovery of the Seas, and it's going to be a new small ship. It's a rumor. Emphasize on rumor. Anyway, Michael Bailey talked about not Discovery, just talked in general terms about building a new small ship. And basically, he said that they're eyeing that as an option, just like they eye like everything else that they could possibly do. So it's not to say that they haven't ever considered it, but it's not. So, but he didn't deny it either. He's not saying there's absolutely no plans for it, but he didn't confirm anything either. So it's very much wait and see. Is basically the answer right there. So the captain this summer, so the Discovery class was replaced the Radiance class. There's been, and I wrote about this in the article, David, at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. There have been a number of crew members and specifically ship captains who have repeated this rumor. And I got to emphasize rumor in big capital red letters. But it's been, this rumor is perpetuated quite a bit, but that's sometimes rumors just do that. They sound so good that they get repeated a lot because they sound so plausible and exciting. So I'm not sure that necessarily lends any credence to the rumor. It's just saying that Royal Caribbean has never ever confirmed the idea, the concept, whatever of this Discovery class, Discovery of the Seas. Ships captains and crew members, they're wonderful people, but they tend to repeat a lot of rumors. Oftentimes, when I get an email or a message saying, "Matt, I was just talking to a crew member and they told me blah 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 blah," whatever blah 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 being a rumor or like news, right? I always say I never post about it. I would say thank you, that's interesting, but I'll never post about it because there's been so many rumors crew members have shared over the years that have not been true. So, sometimes though they are true, but it's still very much, David, despite the fact that you heard it from the ship's captain, it's still very much purely rumor at this point. I have 12 people going on a cruise and are in different rooms. Do we all have to do the muster drill independently or together? Independently. It's per cabin. So when you do the muster drill, which is the safety drill you do on board a Royal Caribbean cruise ship, you do it all for each cabin. So you can't do one muster drill for all 12 people. You've got to do it for one muster drill for every single cabin you have booked. If that makes sense. I believe hearing from you that you are permitted to do a name change on a reservation up to 48 to 72 hours prior to sailing. Correct. A friend was told by travel agent it had to be done before final payment date. I think your friend has been misinformed. That's all. Your travel agent friend, rather. Or your friend from anyway, misinformed. You can absolutely do a name change as long as one of the names from the original reservation stays the same. So, Dave, if you and I are booked on the cruise and you want to swap me out for somebody else, as long as you're still on the reservation, totally fine. You can definitely do that much closer in there. So, what's the latest you would wait to book a cruise? Like, is it not worth it with price hikes to book only a month out? I don't know that it's not worth it, but you're going to pay more for it. And it's more a question subject of what you can afford, but definitely you want to book as early as you can. That has not changed at all. It's actually more important than ever. Thoughts on aft cabins? On the Radiance and Vision class ships, aft cabins are an absolute secret in a good way. Like they're like really good. And if you don't know about them, then you're missing out. On Voyager and Freedom class ships, they're pretty good. I think they're overrated on Oasis and Quantum class ships, quite frankly. But does Royal Caribbean ever offer military discounts or promotions? They do. It varies. It's not like they offer, if you're retired or active military, it's like a flat discount or a flat promo. It changes and varies. So definitely when you're booking a cruise, talk to your travel agent. Say, by the way, I am retired military. I am active military. and they can check if there's anything available for you. From time to time, they will offer special rates as well, but again, it just kind of varies. It's not an across the board kind of thing. What should my family and I do in Nassau? We have an almost 2 year old. Brooke, if I were you, I would go to resortforaday.com and I would find a great resort over there. There are a number of great choices. There's Margaritaville, there is Baha Mar, there is the Warwick Hotel. Anyway, all these resorts you can get a day pass to these resorts, use their facilities. They all include, I think they all include either unlimited or a certain stipend of food and drink. I would definitely do that if I were you. It's great for multi-gen family, especially young kids. That way you got shade, you got pool, you got everything in between. So yeah, absolutely. What's your take on Wonderland? Wonderland, of course, is that specialty restaurant on some Royal Caribbean cruise ships that's loosely themed based on Alice in Wonderland. I think it's cute. I think it's a neat idea. I think it's worth doing at least once. That being said, John, I have no burning desire to go back every single time I'm on a cruise. Like Izumi Hibachi, I can eat there every single time I go on a ship that has hibachi. I love it. I can eat there every time, right? Wonderland is not that kind of restaurant for me. Um, Partially because the biggest appeal is the shtick. The I can't believe it's not butter, or I can't believe it's not rocks that I'm eating because it looks like rocks, right? It's cool, it's neat. But I feel like once you get past that the first time you eat there, it has, I want to say, limited appeal. But I find that the food is good, but not like, wow, that was the best food I ever ate. I want to go back and have that again. I think the shtick is a major reason to book it. And if you know what the shtick is about, it lessens the appeal. So I enjoyed it going there. When I go with someone who's never been, I generally recommend them to check it out. It's kind of neat to do. But it's not a every cruise I must go there kind of restaurant. Does Royal Caribbean ever combine add-ons like a Voom drink package? They had in the past, and they haven't done that recently. I don't know why, or why they stopped, why they did in the first place. But for a while, they did offer a Voom, the internet and drink package combination. You know, it's funny, JC. I would have told you if it was available. I would probably say more often than not, you're better off financially booking them individually, because if one of those two components was on sale, you usually got it for a better price than booking the combo. So maybe they kind of wised up to it. Is there a reason to do 4 one-device internet package instead of 1 4-device package? I would say the reason would be because you want to have separate logins. Maybe you're gifting it to somebody. When you have a 4-device login, you have 4-device package. You have one login to manage it. So this is fine, Carrie, if it's like you, your spouse, and your kids, because you can just yell, "Hey, who's using the internet right now? Because you kicked me out of it." But if you're sharing it with somebody else in another room, that can be more problematic, and that might be a reason to do that. Maybe your kids are older, Carrie, and you're sick of yelling, "Hey, who's using the internet? You kicked me off." That's another reason not to do it. Would you recommend Chops Grill or Chef's Table? Ooh, Chef's Table is very much a foodie meal. Like Chops Grill, my wife, I love my wife. She's a picky eater. If she was here, she would tell you she's a picky eater. But she can eat a Chops Grill. Chef's Table is very much a foodie experience, and she would not eat it at Chef's Table because there's nothing for her there. So I would say they're both great choices. In fact, the question for you, Brooke, is how much of a experience are you looking for? Chops Grill is a dinner. Chef's Table is an experience. Oh, that makes sense. Can you add someone to a stateroom? You can potentially, depends on how full the ship is. Here's the problem, Brandy. When you add someone to a room to reserve it, you book a cruise, and then you want to add somebody to it, it's going to trigger a reprice. Basically, what that means is it will be as if you booked the cruise, like it's a brand new booking. And inevitably, what usually happens is the price goes up. Not just because, okay, it's like you're adding another person. I get that. It's going to go up, Matt. But it's going to go up like as if like for everything. And in a lot of cases, it is just much more expensive than people expect it to be. Will Royal Caribbean ever have a private island on the west coast of Mexico? I am a Mexican Riviera cruiser. You know, as just like I told, what was I just telling that to? Robert, never say never. I have no idea. Royal Caribbean has said in the past when they announced the Perfect Day collection that they would intend to get some new places, but where that'll be, whether it's in Mexico or who knows where, I have no clue. Good question. I think it'd be a really cool idea. It would certainly be a game changer for the Mexican Riviera cruise market, but I'm not aware of any plans one way or another. So you never know. That's all I would never sit here, guys, and make bold predictions like no or yes, because it just seems like it's too easy to set yourself up to look like an idiot when that doesn't happen, especially when you have no idea if that's gonna happen or not. Guys, thank you again so much for joining us here. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. Have a great week. We'll be live again next Monday right here on YouTube. Until then, have a great rest of your week. Stay safe out there. Do something fun like book a cruise. And we'll talk again very soon right here on YouTube. Bye, everybody.